Welcome to Something to Shout About. I'm your host, Greg Black, bringing you your yearly wrap-up on American truth. Well, America, here we are, 1 year later and still going strong in the American truth department. And I think it's important that we look back on our humble beginnings. And where do we all start? With those unrelenting liberals with one horn but multiple agendas. That's right, I'm talking about unicorns. That's right, unicorns. These rainbow farting hippies force their agenda on hard-working voters and Americans alike. And the worst part is, they have not yet issued an apology for their unabashed, remorseless impersonation of narwhals. Now, don't let these cloven-hoofed sins against nature fool you. They may look cute, but underneath, unicorns are all hiding a dark secret. Unicorns can be found in biblical texts, stone carvings, and Joan Rivers' diary, leading us to believe they are older than they let on. Now, knowing the true age of unicorns, do you really trust them around your kids? But this was just the beginning of a series that led to greater issues, and more important issues, like the importance of sunblock, and the terrors of Thomas the Tank Engine, and friends. And while some of these may have seemed like major leaps, I assure you, there was a logical train of thought that went into every single episode. For example, in the first episode I connected unicorns to leprechauns. Later I connected leprechauns to potatoes and aliens. Now, leprechauns are small, and so was George Carlin's character in Shining Time Station, which was a spin-off of Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends is popular amongst groups that frequent junior sports teams and Girl Scout meetings. Now, the Girl Scouts make cookies, and so do elves, and some elves work for Santa. The elves that work for Santa have to make a number of toys and board games for children every year for Christmas. Now, Christmas is cold, but around spring break it begins to warm up, and by Independence Day, you have to use an inordinate amount of sunscreen. Now, the sun was a lot hotter back millions of years ago because of a lack of atmosphere, and this was all back when dinosaurs walked the earth. Now, the dinosaurs all died out, leaving us oil so that we can make latex balloons and rubber ducks. Now, millions of people attend rubber duck races every year, and the Smurfs had their own racing game, which was totally phoned in. And speaking of phoned in, lolcat memes. But you know what's never phoned in? American truth. Well, America, 1 year later, crossed a whole other channel, and yet we're still going strong, and that's how I intend to keep it that way. I'm Greg Black, and I'm still shouting the truth.